Alright, let's get started on this 455. This will be basically a general overview of what I'm looking at. I pulled all the panels off just to get a general idea on what was missing and what condition they were in. The mower itself, I guess we'll start there. I'm missing a couple clips on the front here that hold the grill on. Battery's good, but I think I'm going to flip that around. I don't really like how close the terminals are to the flywheel there. I'll give it a good power washing here in a minute and then kind of go from there. Issues I noticed with the deck. We got the front wheel here that's broken. This bracket, I guess, wore through right there, broke off, the wheel fell off. I have the wheel, it's in bad shape, so I'm probably gonna have to replace that and the pin that goes through there. These back wheels here are in really bad shape, all broken up and everything. They're a 7-inch wheel. I'm gonna try and find one at a hardware store. I'm going to replace that bolt with like a flange bolt and probably put some washers in there. Just clean it up and make it look better. The John Deere part are like $35 a wheel and I need both of them. I'll show you the other side here in a minute and how bad that is. I'm going to replace that bolt there with a pin just to clean that up. I do have the safety guards for them. I'm not sure on the belt tension. It seems kind of loose to me, so I'll probably put a new belt on it as well. While we're on this side, the front hydraulic hookups are really bad. Looks like the covers broke off on it. I also got a new kit. I'm just going to replace all the couplers and the covers on it, just to make that new and prevent problems in the future. The engine's really dirty. Like I said, power wash. That'll clean that up. I kind of want to go through the wiring. A lot of this is kind of farmer fixed. The hood itself, it looks like it broke, so he drilled holes and put some bolts on it. When it closes, it sticks over the indicator or the cluster there. So I think what he did was the bar here is in the wrong position and needs to be in the back one so that it stays forward more. It makes kind of backward sense, but makes sense when you look at it, I guess. This edge here is broke off. The tabs are broke. I'm just going to silicone that in place after I get it all cleaned up. The steering wheel, I'm missing the knob that goes on the steering wheel because this is an all-wheel steer model. So I'm missing that. I'm going to put one of them on there. It's not required, but it's required. Everything else on this side is kind of alright. On the back, sorry for the lighting, I do need new headlights. And it's kind of, the cover seems bent in a little bit, so I'll bend that out, tweak that, get that straightened out as well. And I think that's pretty much it back here. Does look like I have a small oil leak under there. I'll have to look into that, see where that's coming from. I'm going to do a full oil change service on it, probably change all the hydraulic oil as well, so I'll check seals and stuff while I'm there. This is the other side. He does still have the pin, but we got just wire wrapped around it, so I'm going to go, I got a couple Carter pins that I'm going to put in there and fix that. That wheel is beat up as well, so I'll replace that and the bolt again also. That looks like it's bent. I'm gonna try and clean all that up. I got to get some pictures of a deck that's in good shape so I know what I'm looking at. The other thing I noticed the other day when I was moving this off the trailer is the lift arm pin broke out, so I have a new pin to pin that back up there. Hopefully that'll fix that and it's not too wallowed out. The wiring in here, I noticed the fuses there are soldered. I don't know if they're supposed to be or not. It kind of looks like he had some stuff wired up in here that I'm going to need to clean up and figure out what all these wires go to, just to make it look a little cleaner. There's an old toggle switch right there that's all broke off and the wires in the back are cut off. There's multiple holes drilled in the top here. The gasket for the throttle looks like it's down. I'll probably silicone that back into place just to hold it there. What else do we got? The front wheel on here I'll probably replace as well. I got to figure out what size that is and replace that. It kind of looks like it's just bolted in place. I don't know if that's stock or not, but I'll have to find that out as well. The wheels, the actual wheels, he's got tubes in the front because he says the shop he took them to get them replaced couldn't get them to seal. So I'm probably going to pull those tires. I got a guy that is going to get me a new set of rims and tires. I'll probably pull these off, clean up the rim, repaint it, and put these on and load these tires so that they're extra heavy. I'll use washer fluid and fill them. I'm hoping to film that so you can see how I do it. I've seen multiple different ways of people doing it. But otherwise, I mean, that's the worst parts of it. If I go over the panels, the hood itself needs definitely repainted. But if I close it, it catches, sorry for the shakiness, I'm using a hand camera. Front corners broke off. I'm going to attempt to fix that if I can figure out a way to rebuild it, or if I can get a old hood. I'm probably just going to cut out that corner and glue in a new one. I found, like I said, some videos on YouTube. I'll give credit when I do it of where I found them and see if it holds up, that fix holds up. I'm missing another one of those little tab pin things back here, which I think goes in that hole there. So that'll be the next, that'll be probably one of the first things I fix after I power wash this, is get these panels on here and kind of straightened out. I'll probably pull the deck while I'm working on it, so I'll fix that arm while I'm doing that. Like I said, most of this I'm going to try and film just to show what I do. You guys can critique and tell me if I'm doing something wrong or give me advice on it. Here's the side panels. This one here for the right side is cracked pretty bad up here. This is broken. The tab here is broken as well. It's kind of broken off of there. I know these are notorious for that, so I'm going to try a couple of things to fix this and see if it'll hold together. Here, also the bottom hook or latch is broken off on this. And the front corner. I think it's part of that. So like I said, if I can find another panel, I'm not sure which one I'll fix. I may cut off of this one and put it on the other one, depending on what condition, if I can find them. The other side, the left side, the outside looks pretty good other than up there, but that's right by the exhaust. So I'll have to figure out something on that to make it look a little cleaner. Once again, the inside hook, that tab's gone. That one's probably not long for this world, but the inside looks fairly good on this one. So I'll probably keep that, figure out what I'm doing for those hooks, see if I can find some fix online for that. They probably got metal ones that they bolt on or something. The front hood is over here. The bottom is all broken out on this. Now, we had one of these probably 10 years ago or so, maybe a little more than that, and ours on that one did the same thing. So I'm thinking what I may try and do is just bolt some metal on there. Make a steel plate that's that size and rivet it on and cut my holes down at the bottom to hold it in place so that it doesn't break out again. This is a little more of a, feels a little more of a, like a nylon. It's a little more flexible than the other plastics, so it's more like a rubber or a nylon or something. So it'll hold up a little better, but if I could just put a steel plate down there, I'll probably do that. The guards for the deck are also in horrible shape. The pulleys here looks like they wore through, and the belt there wore through. So that's where I'm guessing that the belt needs replaced as well on the mower itself. So I'm probably gonna replace that, just put a new one on and be done with it so it doesn't break in the future, because it's really, I mean, it's really sloppy and loose. I could probably pull this off of the pulley if I tried hard enough, but I don't know. Seems like there's some tension on the spring, but not enough, because it seems like it's maxed out there where it's hitting that. Now that may be an adjustment bolt, kind of looks like it, so I can move it back to tension it a little more, but I'm not positive. Like I said, I gotta find a manual. I'll fix most of this. I'm hoping to film 99% of it and go from there. I also need to find the enhanced reverse pedal for it, because I plan on doing snow removal with this. I have a broom that is over in the other shed. I'll kind of go over some of that stuff probably in another video, just for attachments and what I'm planning on with those. If anybody, I want to run them by, because there's a lot of people out there, and if somebody stumbles across it, then they can let me know if they've tried anything that I'm thinking of trying, and if it worked, and any advice on it. So that's pretty much all I got on the actual mower itself. I don't see any other issues. If I encounter them, I'll make a little video on them. Just kind of want to document this process for just future ease of fixing. That does look like it's a little out of whack though. That probably shouldn't be sticking out that far. I guess it's kind of on the inside there, but I should probably bend that back. Deck leveling is gonna, I think, suck on this, but we'll figure it out. The headlights, that's the other one I guess I didn't mention. This side is, if I can get it, I don't know if you can see that, but it's really, really cracked right there. It's broken. So I'll probably have to figure out what people do to replace these with brighter, better headlights. They're pretty dim, but I don't know, I suppose I could make a metal, like a metal insert for the front grille there and cut that center section out, and I could probably just mount a light bar right there and just fill it in so it looks stock, I guess, in air quotes. But that'll be one of the more advanced projects after I get it usable. So I'll probably go over the attachments in another video and see if anybody's got any advice or anything on those, kind of tell you what I plan to do and go from there. So thanks for watching.